Hello again. You see this? Coconut. Oh, I love coconut oil. So, the last video, I did a little bit of a review or whatever on olive oil. So, this is continuing on, as you can see, coconut, one of my favorite. If you are not incorporating coconut oil into your diet now, you've got to start. Now, me, most of my life, I have not been a fan of coconut. I just haven't liked the taste, and I still don't really like the actual flakes of coconut. I mean, I'll eat it if it's in a trail mix or something like that, but it's still not my favorite thing. However, the coconut oil, there's so many benefits to coconut oil. It's being called the super fat, the superfood fat. Okay, you can cook with this stuff. I put a spoonful every morning into my coffee. Now, coconut's kind of unique. I'm going to open this up, and when I get coconut, it's a big jar like this. It lasts for months. So I don't know. Can you see that? As you can see, it's not oily or runny like your olive oils and whatever your liquid type form. Coconut's kind of unique. It when it gets warm, it will liquefy, but just at room temp. Now in the summer when it gets hotter, obviously this is more of a soupy goop or whatever. Doesn't hurt it. Just keep it out room temp. Okay, so. But when it's in its natural form, it's a hardened substance like that. It's kind of like, you all remember, I remember years ago when my grandmother used to, she cooked everything in Crisco. That Crisco lard, like yuck stuff. Today we know that stuff's poison. Stay away from all that stuff. But years ago, see, we didn't really know all this stuff. And I remember my grandmother, she always had like this jar of lard. And it was just like that. It was a solidified kind of a butter. It's kind of like butter. That's a good way to describe it. When butter's cold, it's in a hardened state. Okay, it's still soft, but it's in a hardened state. When you bring the temp up, it melts. So, kind of same thing with coconut oil. Anyway, I'll put a spoonful of this every morning in my coffee. Start the day out good. Coconut has an oil, an MCT oil. Okay, what is MCT? Once again, we refer to the brilliant Dr. Mark Hyman. Like I said in my previous video, I follow him very closely. I read his books. I've got his cookbooks. I've even based one of my coaching programs off the things that I have learned from Dr. Hyman. So I follow him very closely. So closely, he has contributed to so much of my knowledge. And the things that I have learned and continue to learn. I don't know it all, not by any means. I continue to learn things. But he has contributed so much that I have him listed on my website, TygoWellness.com, as one of my main contributors. Okay? So I've learned a lot from this guy right here. He's been all over TV, news programs, Dr. Oz show. I'm pretty sure he's been on Oprah. He's just been on all kinds of programs like this. You've probably seen him even on public television. So anyway, what is MCT? Let's see what MCT is. MCT is a medium chain triglyceride, and that Dr. Hyman calls the super fat. Okay. MCT is a component that the brain actually needs for normal functioning. So it's like a superfood for the brain. This right here is a superfood for your brain. Pretty cool. Not to mention all the other benefits for your heart, cholesterol. It's got components in coconut oil that helps with cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. It'll bring it down. The good cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol, that's your good cholesterol, helps bring that up. Okay, the more LDL that we have is good. Okay, those are the smaller particle cholesterol. The larger particle cholesterol is the HDL, or HDL. I always get those two confused. The HDL is your larger, or I'm sorry, I got that. See, I get it flipped. The LDL, the smaller particles, is what you don't want. That's the bad. Okay, that's the bad cholesterol. I know it's confusing. I get it flipped too. The HDL is your good cholesterol. Think of it kind of like this. The LDL is the hard little pieces of cholesterol that you don't want. Think of it as like golf balls. Okay, you know how a golf ball is. It's really hard. You know, you sling it, that'll break a window. If you throw it against a glass, that'll break a window. Okay, so that's kind of like how it's going through your system too. It's just like shooting, like breaking stuff inside. Okay, think of it that way. The HDL is like a big fluffy beach ball. Okay, think of it like that. I get them flipped too. So the HDL is like a big fluffy beach ball. Think of a day at the beach. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's good. It's all around good, minus the sand that might get up your crack or something. That's a whole nother story. Experience. Okay, so HDL, good, big fluffy beach balls, day at the beach, it's all good. The LDL, think of them as small little golf balls that's breaking stuff inside your body. Okay, it's bad. Okay, sorry I got off there a little bit. The coconut oil is good to raise the HDL and lower, lower the LDL, the bad cholesterol. All in all, good for cholesterol, good for your brain. Okay, so superfood. All right, real quick. Coconut is a lot like the olive oil. In the last video I told you that anything beyond a medium heat setting for olive oil, that it's going to turn that olive oil rancid, and it's actually going to be bad for your system. It's going to work against you. It's going to be bad for your health. Same deal with the coconut oil. If you cook coconut oil on a high temp, it's same temperatures, same as the olive oil. If you cook your coconut oil on anything beyond a medium setting, which is about 350 degrees, okay, it's going to do the same thing to the coconut oil as what happens to the olive oil. It's going to turn it rancid, okay, and then it's going to be working against you. So just keep those guidelines in mind. Anything beyond a medium heat setting, which is approximately 350 degrees, somewhere about in there. I try not to cook this stuff any higher than about 300 degrees. I like to give myself a little cushion, because if it hits that 350 degree mark, the component, it changes the molecular structure in both of these oils, the olive oil and the coconut oil. So once those oils are brought up to that 350 mark, that molecular structure in both of these oils, coconut and olive, it changes the molecular structure. You can't rechange that back, even if you brought it down. So once the molecular structure has been changed, it's changed. That oil is no good. It's not doing your body any good if it goes beyond that 350 mark. Just keep that in mind. All right, so real quick here, I just wanted to let you know a couple of guidelines when you're buying coconut oil and using it. Like I said, I use a teaspoon in my coffee every morning. The coffee's warm, it melts that oil, and it's a good boost to the brain every morning. And there's actually a great website, a great product line called Bulletproof Coffee. I think it's just bulletproof.com, and it's David Asbury, I think is his name. He's developed this whole line of coffees with the coconut oil in it already. And he's got also the MCT oil, which is basically coconut oil, that you can purchase and stuff. So a fantastic line of products. I highly recommend visiting that site. I think it's just bulletproof.com. If it's not that, I think that's the website. If it's not that, just Google Bulletproof Coffee, and it'll bring it up. David Asbury, I think is his last name, but he's got a fantastic line of products. I highly recommend it. So anyway, when you're buying coconut oil, here's a couple of guidelines. Just kind of keep in mind. Look for coconut oil that is virgin, organic, cold pressed. Very important. Also with your olive oils, you need to get cold pressed. Okay, it's the process that they go to squeeze the oils out of the fruit, the olives, or in this case the coconut flesh. Okay, it's the whole process of doing that. If that's done incorrectly, then you're getting a batch of not good product anyway. So make sure that it's these couple of standards here to look for when you're buying coconut. Virgin, needs to be virgin coconut. Organic, cold pressed, unrefined, very important. You don't want this refined crap. We get enough of that in daily life anyway. And never deodorized or bleached. Okay? So let's hit that real quick once more. It needs to be virgin, organic, cold pressed, unrefined, never deodorized or bleached. Okay, got that? Look for those guidelines, and let's see here. See, it says it right here. Virgin. Virgin, USDA organic. Okay, and then let's see here. I don't see the cold pressed on here, but anyway, you can look on the jar, and it should tell you if it's cold pressed or whatever. So ideally, you want to have all of those guidelines, okay? But if you can't find all of those guidelines in one particular product, just make sure you've got at least a few of those. Virgin, organic, and cold pressed being the main ones, okay? Organic, virgin, and if you can't find all those guidelines in one product, then it's best to get as many as possible, okay? And then, something else here, you can use expeller pressed unrefined coconut oil for cooking at up to, well, he says 400 degrees. I like to keep it at 350. It's just easy to remember. Olive oil cannot go above 350, and it's just easy to remember. Just keep your coconut oil at that same guideline too. Now, Dr. Hyman says here you can cook up to 400 degrees. But me personally, I like to keep it at 350 or less. Okay. And he says this is a good go-to oil for high heat stir fries, medium high, and sautéing, and most baking. So there you go. It's a good oil to use. If you're not incorporating it into your diet, I would encourage you to start. It's good for your heart, good for your cholesterol, it's good for your brain. I mean, how many things can we take that are really good for our brain? I mean, this is direct, it's superfood for the brain right here. And go to bulletproof.com or bulletproofcoffee.com. I think that's the website actually, bulletproofcoffee.com, and just read. I mean, David cites scientific studies and research that proves that MCT oil, which is basically coconut oil, is a superfood for the brain. So do something good for your brain today. Do something good for your brain every morning. Have a little coconut oil, and it tastes good too. All right, hope this was beneficial for you. Please comment below and share the video with people you know, love, and trust. Share the video and share something good with someone today. All right, be good, be kind, peace and love.